My best guess, and I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball, but usually because it's set up like this, the path of most pain is higher. And then once everybody goes, right, it's going, it's running, is usually when this correction happens. So do you get another chance to buy it again at these levels if you miss it now? Maybe. We don't know if it has that downward correction or the sideways correction. You will get a time to buy it after a consolidation later. But really, I would be, and this is what I've been doing, is buying, I was buying from June onwards as much as I could with any cash flow I got, because I'm still fully invested in crypto. I never sold anything. But I've been, any cash flow I can, just putting it in is, okay, even now, I've just put money in recently, expecting a higher move. And then if that consolidation comes, that's when I would add some more again. So if you're a longer term time horizon player, I'm not talking about the short term. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. But I don't find this a bad level to dollar cost average or just put a chunk in and realize that there is going to be times where it's going to correct again. But the low is in.
The total crypto market capitalization rejected at $113 trillion on Feb 16, but there was no change in the month-long ascending channel structure. More importantly, this level represents a 43% gain in 2023, which is far from the $3 trillion level achieved in November 2021. Still, the current recovery is notable. Hello and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Real Vision CEO Raoul updates about his outlook for Bitcoin in 2023. Raoul also breaks down the importance of regulatory clarity in the space and how it will drive the future of institutional adoption in crypto.
What ecosystem do I want to allocate to right now? What has the best risk-adjusted returns? So there are going to be several projects that do much better than Ethereum and will do really well. I actually think Solana will do better than Ethereum, possibly. And we can talk about that later. But there's many. So I'm not saying I'm an Ethereum maximalist in any way. I'm saying it has observable network effects beyond any other token ecosystem. The number of use cases, the applications, the number of wallet addresses, the kind of velocity of money, okay, that's amazing. So Ethereum is really special there. But staking is even more special. Another thing the US might try and crack down on. Brian Armstrong was worried about this. But staking is really special, and most people don't understand it because most people don't come from finance. Staking, as we know, you get given a yield if you stake crypto. And if you do it in Ethereum, what you're doing is you have to stake for a year if you're going to do it yourself, or if not, use Lido or Rocket Pool or whatever. And you've got a liquidity mismatch there because they're providing short-term liquidity in staking when it doesn't actually exist. So we know that these things can go wrong. Not saying that they will, but they could. So I won't do that. But this Shanghai fork means that liquidity is available to any staker at any time. What does that do? That creates a money market curve for Ethereum, which is like, people use CDs and they use 2-year bonds and they use this. This is what we're going to create. And that means you have financial liquidity to build things on top of, or you're incentivized to keep your money and stake it because you know you can get it back at any time, as opposed to some arbitrary day in a year's time when you don't know what the crypto market's going to look like. So I'm going to stake my stuff if I can then. And particularly if I can do it myself, which might be a little more difficult to do, it's in my control. Nobody can default on me. It's in the smart contract, and I'm going to get my money. So this is a very, very big innovation for what can be built on top of Ethereum. It's also a very, very important mechanism to what Ethereum has created, which is it now has this burning mechanism that is making it scarcer in supply. And we've seen that just coming off the bear market lows, the early stages of spring, the first shoots, the bloody thing went negative issuance already. Deflationary. I'm like, huh. And right now, there's only 16% of all ETH is staked. And if you think of staked ETH as taken off the market that nobody can use for derivatives or anything else, right? So you can't create, financial products out of it. Well, all the other big ecosystems like Solana and stuff have up to 40 to 60% staking. So let's assume Ethereum gets to 40%, 35%. So doubling at least of the number of people who've taken Ethereum out of supply. And imagine that's happening in this spring going to summer. There ain't any ETH. This is a problem. Actually, I think it may be such a problem in a bull market that it's either going to force massive upside volatility spikes that become kind of unmanageable, or if it does drive up fees so much, then obviously it bleeds into the layer twos. But they too consume ETH. So it's still circular. Yes, they consume less ETH. So it's a very interesting situation. So that's why I'm very, very bullish on ETH overall. I just think it's the most vibrant, deepest, broadest ecosystem with the most institutional style adoption, the most that people understand. And let's face it, there is only one money on the internet, and it's not Bitcoin. The money of the internet is Ethereum. It is the only ecosystem where we quote prices in a foreign currency. The game of network adoption is also attention. And they've just done a better job at getting attention. They understood that doing a deal with Google, which actually meant nothing, actually got them headlines everywhere that they've done deals with Google. They did one with Disney too. Not doing anything really with Disney, but Matic, Disney. Narratives are what wins in this game. And that's one of the reasons Bitcoin has kind of not outperformed in this down cycle, is because it's lost its narrative. It became much more insular. So that insular narrative is, you have to eat steak, do nothing but stack sats, and have this lifestyle of complete nothingness. It's not appealing to that many people. So it's less vibrant. It's interesting. So, because these are all memes as well as technology, but it's memes that drive the adoption. And then as people join it, they start creating use cases.
As shown above, the ascending channel initiated in mid-January has left some room for a 10% correction down to $1 trillion without breaking the bullish formation. Investors reacted positively to the 5.6% year-on-year U.S. Consumer Price Index inflation increase on Feb. 14 and the 3% retail sales monthly growth on Feb. 15. Bitcoin had the biggest positive impact on the total crypto capitalization as its price gained 12.5% on the week.
There was no upside to price predictions because your face gets rubbed in it. They cut this clip out and then say, look at you, you're a fucking moron. So, I just hate doing it, but, I don't see any reason why it's not above 10,000. I see no reason at all why it's not above 10,000. So, that's a decent upside from here.
Buy Solana, because it seems like they have so much sell pressure from the FTX, owned a lot of it. What makes you bullish?
Because everybody thinks the same thing. Everybody got forced out. Everybody's like, the chain breaks. Tell me something we don't know. Do you assume that the team at Solana, who are very smart, don't know that and haven't been working on it? Of course they have. Well, all the VCs are all stuck. Everybody knows this. So then you've got to say, okay, what happens if everybody's wrong? What happens if it is actually that vibrant ecosystem that has the second largest NFT community and is onboarding a lot of people and has retail stores and has a mobile phone and is doing deals with Meta and is... Okay, well then the price is well wrong. So I just flip up the chart of ETH in 2018 and then put it against the chart of Solana. They're pretty much identical. ETH did 47x from that low. And we got down to $9 or whatever it was, or $8 in Solana. I mean, it's already up a decent amount already. And so you've got to ask yourself, is the narrative right? It's the same with the recession idea, right? If everybody knows it to be, then everybody's positioned for it. So in which case, imagine if Solana continues to do well and their hacker houses continue to build great products and they get traction in places that we didn't expect. They're one announcement or something, some adoption moment away from everybody having to panic. And if I look at the chart of the ETH Solana ratio, it's been this beautiful downtrend and it's touching its nose up against that thing. Now, does it break out? I don't know. I don't have a huge bet in Solana, but I have a bet. And I would, if I saw the right situation, move some of my ETH into Solana. And that applies to other things too. But what Solana's interesting is it got battle tested. Right? Others haven't been battle tested. Polygon's not really been battle tested in the same way yet. You know, we haven't seen the full size of the community. Solana is very vibrant. So that's why you battle test something, you got the Lindy effect where it survived. And then we have a crypto spring and bull market arriving, and we can see real economic activity going on there. Okay, I like that. It's game-changing on a scale of which, again, people cannot imagine. People have no understanding. What has just happened with ChatGPT is a Cambrian moment. It is, I think, a bigger deflationary shock to the world than China joining the WTO. This is one of the seminal moments of our time. So that's how big this is. AI and crypto. So people want to force these two narratives together because AI is sucking all the air out of the room because it's so fucking cool. And we're all like, oh my God, there's this the singularity coming and when are the robots going to take me away and all of that stuff, right? Which we should be worried about. That's a whole nother long conversation for another day. But how I do think about this is, okay, here we are again, about to repeat the same mistake. We're going to accrue all the value to Google and Microsoft. So I think some of these more open AIs like Stability AI should tokenize the network. So then society can share in this because it is so bloody disruptive that when you let society share in the economics of this. And so if you're using a lot of compute for AI calculations, you have to pay in tokens. If you're giving compute, you receive tokens. You know, there's a way of doing this, building models, you can receive tokens. You can create a two-way economy around a network, which I think would be very valuable and would create massive network effects because then everybody wants to build on that AI network. Because if not, we are going to accrue all of the spoils to 2 or 3 firms all over again. And I think it's really important to tokenize this. I say this a lot, is zoom out. Zoom out and realize you don't know anything, except that you don't, because none of us do. You know, that whole series I do, Raoul's Adventures in Crypto, is truly authentically me tapping people on the shoulder I want to talk to and say, hey, let's talk about this. Let's try and figure out that. That's why I get the Balajis and I've got everybody from Kimball Musk to Balaji to 6529 to Nova Grant. I mean, you name it, they've all been on that because that is just all of us sitting down to try and learn. So you can peek over the shoulders of you guys learning or me learning, find people who are credible and authentic. Don't go for the people who are trying to make you rich. Go for the people who want to help you understand what this is really all about. So zoom out, think of the big picture, understand some of the things I talked about today, and realize that you can try and make money trading, or you can participate in one of the largest technological innovations the world has seen, and just let it play out. Don't use leverage, and enjoy the ride.
So, is it a good time to invest in Bitcoin? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.